Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll talk about one of the very important interview question, that is tell me about yourself. So if you're someone who is planning to attend interview or you are attending interview, then this video is definitely for you. So without wasting much time, let us get started. And if you are new to my channel, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you like the description of the tell me about yourself, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment in the comment section. See, tell me about yourself is one important question which is asked in every round that we go. Now, depending on which round we are attending, like say it is only a telephonic call where the HR has called you to know what you are doing, then the answer that we will give here will differ somewhat. If it is your actual technical round, or maybe your first round of technical discussion, then the way you describe here changes little bit. And if it is your second technical round, then again it changes a little bit. And if it is your manager round and you are interacting with manager, and here the answer might change little bit. So, and suppose if it is your last HR round, then again the discussion might change a little bit here. So overall, there is no precise answer to this particular question, and there is no right or wrong answer to this particular question. Okay, so based on how or what your experience you have, we can talk about that in every round that we are going. But obviously, first few rounds are very important, because based on what we are communicating in these rounds, only then we will be processed to second round. Like say you got a call from an HR over a phone. Now first she will ask you, like, what is your experience, what all have you done and all. So this is very important for us. Only if she finds that we have relevant experience in what she wants, then only he or she will schedule a call for our first technical discussion with an HR. So here our focus should be mainly on the number of years of Tableau experience that we have, and the tools that we have used, and domain or something like this. So we can keep it very short and simple. So see, anyhow HR is not a technical person. Even though you talk technical, she might not know much. So she will only be interested in knowing how many numbers of years of experience you have. So whether you are working as a permanent employee or a contract employee, if when can you join, all of that questions she will be asking in this first round. Now, if she is convinced, she is happy to know whatever you are given, then she'll go ahead and schedule a round here. So the actual answer will begin in this first round of your technical discussion, where interviewer would like to know about you. Okay, so do not worry, don't get nervous when you get this type of question. So today we'll solve the problem that we are facing with this tell me about yourself. Okay, so I've prepared a draft, maybe like say 2 to 3 versions I've created. So you can review that, and maybe you can customize it according to your need, and you can talk like that in interview. But as a thumb rule, always remember that you can keep it like say something around 2 to 3 minutes around. Okay, so and in these 2 to 3 minutes we should highlight something, like basically we should tell about our personality. Okay, so and then, you want to impress your girlfriend, what all we do, we tell all the good qualities, right? Or at least we will try to be very honest in what all we have and what all we would like to do in future if at all we get an opportunity. Like say we will tell, I will be with you lifelong forever, like that. So all that kind of fake promises or true promises, whatever we want, we will try to do that. So here also very pretty much very simple, same thing. Okay, so what all we have worked. Okay, so first I'm writing it in a bullet points, and then I'll show you the description. What all we have learned in our experience, and what is the exposure that we have got, and how many years of experience we have got. So we'll try to keep it very simple and very short so that we can keep the client or the interviewer hooked to our description. So let us start it, and I'm starting something like this. Okay, so just remember, so we will read it together, and if there are any mistakes we can correct it, or if you're feeling good that this will work, then definitely you can add it. Okay, so I'll be adding this into the description box, so please stay tuned. Do not just directly go and copy that. So how will I start if I am giving an interview? Okay, so I am a Tableau developer with 5 years of experience in designing and developing interactive dashboards or reports and visualization. So if you don't remember these multiple words, that is okay. So till here, at least I want you to start with something like this very good and a very standard statement here. Okay. So if you are someone who has certificates, like say you have done certification, then please highlight that in your first point here. So how would I tell if I have a certification? I'm a certified Tableau desktop specialist. So here then I don't need Tableau developer with 5 years of experience in designing and developing interactive dashboards. Okay, that is what I'll tell as my first point. Then what will I tell? What is my primary role, right? So my primary role involves data analysis, data visualization, and dashboard design using Tableau desktop and Tableau server. So your first 2 points are becoming very, strong here. Okay. You're telling you have an experience, you have telling you have a certification, you are telling, your primary role involves, creating visualizations, dashboards, design using Tableau desktop and server. So you are making the interviewer very, interested in your experience here. Then you can tell that I have in my previous role. So here is come it is come it comes what you have done in your past. In my previous roles, I have worked with various clients. Like you can mention the client's name, like I have worked for you know uh, what do you call, maybe you can say Cisco, you can say Bank of America, maybe you can say Wells Fargo, and on different domains. Like you can, if at all you want to name different domains, you can definitely talk about them. Like say I worked on HR domain, or I worked on uh, like say HR domain means I have created HR analytics dashboard, or I've worked on healthcare projects, like that. So maybe here we can talk about healthcare, banking, finance, whatever it is there, you can write. But what I would suggest here is, if at all you are telling that we had healthcare project where we used to find out the informations or KPIs about the number of beds availability, or the total hospitalization cost, the number of inpatients and outpatients. And I worked on banking projects where I used to find out the active accounts, inactive accounts, total number of transactions made per day, like that. So what makes your answer genuine here is what kind of KPIs you have built for each domain here. That will also increase the length of your answer here, and that will also make the interviewer interested in knowing that you have done this kind of dashboard work in different kinds of domains. So you can always add those points to your description here. Okay, so let us read it again. So in my previous project, or in my previous roles, I have worked for various clients, like say Cisco, Bank of America, uh, Wells Fargo, and in different domains. Like in healthcare project I have done, where we have found out information about the hospitalization cost, or the number of beds availability, like that. Or banking project in Wells Fargo, where we used to find out the active accounts, inactive accounts, total withdrawals made in a day. Or maybe HR dashboard for Cisco, where you used to find out retention analysis and help them in decision making process. This is how I can answer my third point here. Okay, now here you are exposing yourself that you have experience in various domains, various clients, and various projects. Your chances are you are making interviewer very curious here with this answer. Next is you can talk about your exposure. I have experience in developing Tableau workbook using various data sources. Here you are highlighting what are the different data sources you have used in your project. Right, it can be Excel, it can be CSV, it can be SQL Server or Oracle, anything. Just add a few points here. I have created different Tableau dashboards, some for management as an ad hoc using Excel, and I've worked on banking project where we have used SQL Server as our database, and created dashboards on top of that. Something like of that sort you can definitely add in your third point here, or maybe fourth point here. And you have clearly, and you can also, which is one of the very important say point, you can tell that I have directly communicated with client to understand requirements, and have been projects, or have been involved in projects from the scratch. So this is one expectation in the interview, that you are aware of the process, or you have exposure, that you have communicated with the client. This is something that will definitely add value to your resume, or tell me about yourself. Okay, so you can tell about that you have communicated with the client, and you have understood the requirement, and you have asked the questions in case of doubts, and you have been part of projects from the scratch. In many projects, it need not be that every project you are part of scratch. Let us not make it that way, but we can be honest. So some projects you got chance to be part of it from scratch, and in some projects you didn't get chance. That's okay, but at least what is important here is understanding the client interaction, or the nature of client. Okay, because the way we will speak is different, the way client speaks is very different. And if you are giving an alternate solution, in what kind of situation you are trying, or giving an alternate approach to the requirement received, this is what is important in a developer cycle, or this is what we will learn over our experience as a BI developer, or be it anything. So we interact. When we interact, client had different demands, like how a girlfriend will have multiple demands every day, each and every time. So when something is not possible or feasible, what do? We provide alternate solution. Are going to movie is not possible today, yaar. We can go to lunch, like that, right? Same way, when we are interacting with the client, some of his requirements might not be possible, or might not be feasible in terms of BA. What can we do? Right? We need to provide alternate solution. We cannot tell no. So if you tell no to our girlfriend, you know what will happen, right? Same way, client expects alternate solution to his problem. He will not expect no. So everyone in the industry, that we should not tell no to client, we should not tell no to client. You might have heard this from many rigid managers who say, hey, we should not tell no, even it is night 2 o'clock, get up and work. Even if it is Sunday, get up and work, right? So that kind of mentality we come across many times. But here you need to talk to client, understand, explain him the problem, try to buy time, and provide alternate solution. That way you can talk, and you can showcase your experience. Remember, all of that I have talked now are very important. You can talk in the same way, or very similar way, to convince your client or your interview. I am not telling I am 100% right, but at least you can be expressive there in communicating what you are feeling at that point of time. Client is not enemy. Client is just like our friend who will understand us. You just need to sit with him, open the bottle, you know and then discuss the problem. That's it. Okay, next is you can talk about, you can tell that, see, when we are working in project, we would require to connect with multiple teams. Like, say, your DBA team is there, your ETL team is there. So your DBA team did not load, or the data is not correct, or your ETL team hasn't processed data correctly. So you might be required to connect to multiple teams. So that point I'm highlighting here, I have experience in collaborating with cross functional teams, such as data engineers and project managers, which sometimes do to get things done in project. So which means we require to communicate with multiple teams, or like say data engineers, or DBAs or ETL team, to get our work done, be it related issues related to your data or ETL process or anything. Okay, so you can tell that you are passionate about Tableau, or you are passionate about data visualization, and that is what is making you excel in Tableau, and that is why you are looking for opportunities, maybe in the current projects or the projects that you have worked so far, didn't give you an opportunity to explore more or create some advanced dashboards. So you would like your career to be progress, and you want to create more or better dashboards, then you can talk about that here. Okay, and you can tell that I'm always eager to learn new technologies to stay ahead of the curve. So this is one generic point which you may or may not write in the your description story, but this is something that we can definitely add. Okay, so along with that, you can always talk after this. You can tell that I'm currently working for so and so company as a Tableau developer, and I'm a permanent employee here, where my primary role requires you to connect with the client to understand your requirement or various requirement. You have created various mapping documents based on the requirements received. You have built dashboards, got that reviewed, and prepared test case documents accordingly. Okay, you have taken care of deployment activities, like say for a developer, not only creation of dashboard is important, but deploying those dashboard is also very important. So just try to highlight these points that I have mentioned here in your description. These are very important. Maybe you can keep it on the top if at all you want to add, or you can keep it at the end. But I would like you to remember that when you are doing so, you need to cover this it in 5 minutes. So let us say we are preparing for 5 minutes. When you go to interview, you will talk at least for 2 to 3 minutes, which is the ideal thumb rule. Okay, just remember, this is again very, very important. All that we have spoken till now is one version, and second version I'm showing you is this. I'm an experienced Tableau developer with 5 years of experience in designing and developing high quality visualizations and dashboards for various clients. Okay, you can tell that I have understanding of, I have worked for Tableau for 5 years, so I've got an understanding of all the features and its functionalities, which I've gained with my experience in previous projects for different clients. You can tell that. Okay, one of my strength is the ability to understand business requirement and translate that into actionable insights. Because you were involved in the client meetings, or you were part of those requirement calls, you can talk about this point in the interview. If someone cross questions you here in this particular point, you can tell that, yeah, because I was part of the requirement phase with the client, where I've directly been in multiple meetings with them. I i'm sure I can create a document on top of their requirement to finally convert that into actionable insights, or maybe your mapping document here technically. That point you can definitely add. Okay, so again, here in this next point I'm talking about is, in my previous roles I have worked with business stakeholders to understand their requirement and translate them into effective visualization. Then I have also developed ETL process. If you're someone who has ETL exposure, I have experience on Informatica, I have experience on Python, then I would definitely like to talk about that in this. If I have experience on multiple BI tools, I would also mention that in my first point. I'm an experienced Tableau developer with 5 years of experience, and along with that, I have also used Power BI and QuickSight in multiple projects to create dashboards like that. So here you should sell yourself, what all you know. You can, what all you can do. All that is important here, and this we should cover in 5 minutes. Okay, so this is what my answer is. I have worked with business stakeholders to identify key KPIs, design dashboards, and develop reports that provide real-time insights into critical business metrics. We can talk about this point also in the interview. Okay, so this is how we can answer tell me about yourself question in the interview. I think from now on you will get a very clear answer, and I hope you will take away few points from this video, and I hope this video will be very useful to you. If it does, don't forget to share it across your friends, and do not forget to comment and do subscribe, and see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye and have a good day.